Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm broken, what's wrong with me? Or why do I keep reacting like this? Well, if you've ever asked yourself those questions, I just want to offer you a bit of a different perspective, one grounded in compassion and science. If you've ever said you're broken, maybe you should just take a moment and realize it's not that you're broken, it's that you've adapted strongly to your environment. Hi, I'm Hovig, and I'd like to welcome you back to another video. Let's get into it. Many of the behaviours we label as dysfunction or problems today actually started as survival strategies. Take anxiety, for example. If you grew up in the unpredictable or unsafe environment, your brain likely learned to stay alert, scanning for danger wherever it was, preparing for the worst outcome. That's not dysfunction. That's just adaptation. The same goes for people pleasing, emotional shutdown, and perfectionism. This includes anger outbursts as well. These aren't signs that you're defective. These are strategies created by your brain to help keep you safe. Neuroscience backs this up. Research in trauma-informed therapy shows that our brains are wired to protect us by developing patterns of behaviour, often outside our conscious control. Dr. Bruce Perry, a leading trauma expert, describes these patterns as state-dependent responses. We learn to survive by adapting to the state we're in, even if it comes at the cost of emotional closeness or peace later in life. The polyvagal theory, introduced by Dr. Stephen Porges, explains how our nervous system constantly scans for safety or danger. When it senses threat, it shifts us into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. These are all adaptive survival modes. They aren't choices and they aren't flaws. Some, even more recent studies in developmental psychology and neuroscience have shown that repeated exposure to stress in early life actually changes the way our brain's threat detection system functions. The research suggests that the mind becomes hypersensitive to threats and pain. However, it is clear that it's not broken. If anything, it highlights how the brain is now over-functioning as a response. This finding explains how chronic stress changes how children learn, behave, and relate to others later in life. So when we feel overwhelmed, reactive, emotionally numb, or just not able to show vulnerability, it's not because we're failing as people, but it's because at one point those responses helped us survive. But here's the most important part. What once helped you survive might now be getting in the way of living fully. And that's where therapy can come in. Not to fix you, but to understand you, to explore those adaptive patterns, bring them into awareness, and gently guide you towards healthier ways of responding. Healing is less about changing who you are and more about becoming who you never got the chance to be. So the next time you're feeling broken or stuck, just ask yourself, what is this reaction protecting me from? Where did I learn this behaviour? And just remember, you're not broken. You've just adapted to a certain way of life. And if you slowly rewire it, you can reclaim it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.